Welcome to Fastang 444. As you can see, I just completed this head-to-head, and this is in the Baja in the northwest. There are some drops in front of me. I will take this Maserati Levante and head over towards those. Always a good idea to look at drops that are nearby. And the arena just shrunk, so these have just spawned these new drops, and that's not of interest, but look what I do find over here. Not that one. This one. This is the drop. I find a level 8 RJ Anderson Pro 2 truck. So I went from a level 5 to a level 8 just like that. And there was this vehicle that was coming behind me. I think they were going to that drop. I engaged in a head-to-head with them, and the finish is on the north side of Horizon Baja Festival site. So let's go over these rolling sand dunes. Shouldn't have a problem beating them. I have a much quicker vehicle, and it's home. This is an off-road vehicle, so we're off-road. Let's go. They're bouncing off of the dunes, losing some ground between us there. And they are actually, it looks like, in line of going around the north or east side, I'm sorry, of Horizon Baja. And because I was watching the mini-map, I run right into those rocks. And a good lesson for myself and you: don't focus on what the other person is doing. Focus on what you are doing and can do. So, fortunately, I wind up regaining the lead and will win this. And I tried getting into another head-to-head, and that didn't happen. So I will be in the level 9 Volkswagen Andretti Beetle, which is actually a great vehicle for the Baja in this final showdown. So now I will jump ahead. I am getting in position for the final showdown. I tried engaging in a late head-to-head with them just to see if I couldn't get that Camaro to run out of position, but I missed them. So on this ridge directed southeast is the point I like to leave from.
Head-to-head's complete. Get ready for the final showdown.
You can see on the map this point that I like to leave from, and this is roughly the direction I will go. Finish maybe around there. This is Arena 17. The range of time to leave is 12 to 14 seconds. I will leave at 14 seconds. Exit right at 2 seconds with some speed. Not bad. There are 2 vehicles off on the right, and I think what happened is they influenced the finish down the coast, but that's fine. I can go over the edge of this dune through this intersection, watching out for obstructions along the way, and then angle over to the low side of the sand dunes. There is a lava field that's off on the left, and this is a flat, clear line through here. And once I get beyond the dunes, I will angle over towards the finish here. First place, go through the crop circle. Side of this hill here. More hill over to the finish. Lost my momentum hitting that hill, but I still have a very commanding lead. This will be an easy win, and the Andretti Beetle. Yeah.
Winner! Welcome to the Illuminati!
Fastang 444 livery for the 2020 Ford Shelby Mustang. Carbon fiber body and wheels with the 444 logo on the sides. Get yours today. All right, on to this game. I started this game at the road configuration. I call this the thumbs up fist. This short dirt road would be the thumb, and this is southwest of the stadium. And I will jump into this game in progress. I engaged in multiple head-to-heads, wound up in the AMG GT. I was taking a peek at these drops, and a vehicle came over chasing me. They are heading away from the direction of a head-to-head. They are in the faster Nissan GTR, but I have the momentum. And actually, the AMG GT is a very quick car. It's closely matched, actually, to the Nissan GTR. So if I have a clean run through here, I will be able to beat them. And I have some trees to get through here. Where is this finish? It appears to be over the direction of the highway. Northeast of Muleg. So far so good. And I think they might have hit something back there. So I will be able to beat them. And most likely I'm going to take the Nissan GTR. Let's see what is offered.
Opponent eliminated!
Alright, I definitely am taking the Nissan GTR over the Camaro. Thank you very much. And I will jump ahead where I stayed in the Nissan GTR. And look at this. Rally War gamer tag is in a level 4 BMW. And this was a game with some highly skilled players in it. And someone just completed a head-to-head there. 3 drivers left. They wind up getting into a Mercedes AMG 1. And watch this. Immediately after it shows them getting into that rally war that was in the level 4 BMW was outside of the arena and is eliminated. This is a 2-driver final showdown. You can see on the map this point that I like to leave from, and it's common for the finish to go over this direction on Tunnel Road. This is Arena 11. The range of time to leave is 12 to 14 seconds. I will leave it 14 seconds. I keep looking back and I see the Mercedes AMG 1 is kind of around the middle of the arena, and they are not trying to time their exit whatsoever, to my surprise. And I exit right at 2.5 seconds with some speed, and I have 1 second remaining on my timeout bar. And when the finish point appears, it looks like this is right where I anticipated on Tunnel Road. I will open up the map when I am in a straightaway. There's a bridge over here, and you always want to open up the map in a straightaway so you don't go off-road and crash. So when I do open up the map, it confirms exactly where I anticipated the finish was going to be. So I will use the side of this hill between the trees as a banked right turn. There is a hacienda that's ahead. It's white, and I want to be on the left edge of it and get very close to that sharp left turn, that point, and avoid a few trees that are in this line. Not bad. Get over on the road. It shows I'm in second position, but with the speeds that I will gain on Tunnel Road across the suspension bridge here, I will get in first position, and we kind of go back and forth between position here. So they are close to the same distance away as I am at one point in time, and then I regain the lead and will hold it all the way over to the finish. What a great win in a game that had a lot of skilled players that turned into a 2-driver final showdown. Yes!
Welcome to the shadowy ranks of the Illuminati.
I'll show you this. I am in the level 3 Volvo V60, and as you can see, I'm being chased. And they're gaining on me quickly. Whatever they are in is something faster. So I am going to lead them into the trees and try and turn around on them and engage in a head-to-head. I wind up running into a tree here, and this is where they catch me. Right? Where is it? Right here. So they catch me, they engage in a head-to-head with me, and this is actually an online gaming friend, BobbyTim, and a subscriber, a very skilled player. And I didn't notice during the game when they engage in a head-to-head with me, that's who it was. I was focused on, let's get out of the trees here and try and win this. And you can see they got hung up in the trees back there. I still have the lead. So this is heading over to the east, and this is common when the final arena is in the southeast, this finish point. So I could go through the right center of this traffic circle. I decided to go completely around it and avoid possibly hitting any trees. This winds up working out well, and I will wind up taking the RJ Anderson Pro 2 truck. Good game, BobbyTim. See you soon, my friend. And I obviously will take the RJ Anderson Pro 2 truck, and I will jump ahead. I tried catching someone out of position on the perimeter and engage in a head-to-head. I was not successful, so I am using this RJ Anderson Pro 2 truck in the final showdown. Right at this bend in the road facing west is the point that I like to leave from.
Head-to-heads complete. Get ready for the final showdown.
You can see on the map this point that I like to leave from, and generally when I go this direction, it's common for the finish to be in this general area. This is Arena 7. The range of time to leave is 18 to 20 seconds. That range of time is for level 10 or near level 10 speed vehicles. So in the RJ Anderson Pro 2 truck, I leave at 24 seconds. I thought I was a little early through here, so I slowed down and I wind up exiting right at 2.5 seconds. Not with as much speed as I would have liked. That's fine. I am the only one that is following this route, and when the finish point appears, it is straight ahead. So I will go through the left center of this traffic circle. This is a clear path through this traffic circle between the trees. And I need to open up the map here and see where the finish is. And when I do, it is in the field. So I know to angle over to the left. There is a T-shaped intersection over here. And the bottom of the T is a dirt road. I'm trying to get in line of the dirt road. Okay, I see it now on the mini-map. You see that dirt road? It has some bends to it, but that is roughly the line to follow. This is a clear path here. There aren't as many trees as there are left or right. Go around a few trees here over to the finish for a very dominant win in the R.J. Anderson Pro 2 truck that I wound up taking from BobbyTim. Another great win, yeah.
Welcome to the secret society of the Illuminati! Oh, shh.
I will show you these two head-to-heads. This one is against a Audi RS7, a very quick car. I need to get through these trees without hitting anything and then angle over towards the finish. And this is going to be a final arena in the Northeast, so this head-to-head is leading to the Northeast. Wound up, as you can see, they took more of a direct route, and they are getting on the road around that triangular shaped intersection because I went a farther route around to the left. I will get to the finish first, as long as I don't hit any trees, right as they are coming over to the finish. They have gained a lot of speed getting on that road, and I get to it just before they come over. Up exchanging paint there, and I will go away from where the head-to-heads are completing and got into this level 9 Fiesta, and I will jump ahead. I wound up going over towards the road here, and I am chasing this level 7 Ferrari. They actually did a decent job at keeping away, but I was able to catch them. Another level 9 that's nearby. It's an integral part of this game, these two head-to-heads, and more importantly, watch what happens as I get over to the finish here and I am leveling up. It's right where the head-to-heads are completing, and there will be someone else that just completed a head-to-head, and I didn't know it at the time. It wound up being that online gaming friend, BobbyTim, that I saw 2 games ago, that is over on the left there, and they are in a Brocky. I wind up turning towards them and see that they are trying to engage in a head-to-head with me. So they started going the direction of a head-to-head. So I started heading back this direction, and they're right there. They honked, and I was shocked that they did not engage in a head-to-head that would have gone off to the right. I just narrowly averted being eliminated by them just before the final showdown. So I am going over to the middle of this triangular shaped intersection. This is where I like to leave, right here. Someone else is engaging in a late head-to-head. I'm not sure why they appeared to try to ram me, if the finish was right there or what, but here we go.
Head-to-heads complete. Get ready for the final showdown.
You can see on the map this point that I like to leave from. This is Arena 5. The range of time to leave is 19 to 22 seconds. I will leave it 22 seconds. Although the AMG 1 has the highest top speed, it has one of the slower acceleration rates. This is the point I realized that that was BobbyTim that was trying to engage in a head-to-head with me. Off we go. I think they are actually early and they're going to have to slow down. wound up keeping it on the road very well there, and I actually timed my exit far too close. 3¼ seconds, only 1/4 of a second to spare on the timeout bar. And when the finish point appears, initially it looks like it is in the city, Guanajuato, but I will keep it on the road and gain some speed. And once I am across the bridge that is ahead, then I will angle over towards the city. And I will open up the map and pause this. You see where it's recommending I go into the city? There are 2 roads that are very close that have a bend in them. That is where I am going into the city, kind of on the southern edge of Guanajuato. And it will be close to this line that I am going to carry myself on. I am right now in the middle of the road configuration, the Dog's Head. I need to avoid the trapezoid area on the back of the Dog's Head. Then angle over towards those 2 roads that have the bend in them that are very close to each other. This road that has a bend in it, I know that leads over to it, so I need to slow down and get on this road in between the buildings here, and then just follow the suggested route over to the finish. I do see someone on the mini map now, but they are far enough back where they will not be a threat. And the finish is just over in the tunnel here for the win. Another great win, and this time the AMG won. Yeah!
Congratulations! You are the Eliminator!
Start out this game by showing you the end of this head-to-head. You see how I wound up taking a direct route over to the finish, and they took the road, and I wound up crossing the finish right in front of them. That was a level 6 Exoset, I believe that was. And I wind up being offered to take that, or of course the Audi RS7 always is more of a level 9 speed vehicle. And I wind up opening up the map here. Look at how the suspension bridge and the road with the tunnels is within that second to last arena. That tells me it's going to be Arena 9. So I wound up going all the way over to the entrance to Tunnel Road. I catch this Porsche level 5 going the wrong direction, and I will jump ahead where I am crossing the finish. And it finishes here on the road, that dirt road off on the left. Usually if you start a head-to-head over on the suspension bridge, it would lead over to that dirt road. So I know there are vehicles over on that road that I went by. I don't want to get caught heading the wrong direction. So I'm going to go through this village, and I see they're right there. So I am going to go over and try to engage in a head-to-head with this one right here. They are in a level 8 RJ Anderson Pro 2 truck, and they make a fatal error of heading over into that village going off-road, and I will keep it on the paved road, and this will lead to that dirt road that I mentioned a little while ago that goes off to the left. This is actually the only head-to-head I trust myself with in this area, where you don't have to go through all of the trees and the waterway. So I wound up taking their RJ Anderson Pro 2 truck. I thought about just staying like I did with the previous head-to-head in the Audi RS7. Because it was so close to the final showdown, I wound up just driving around a little bit away from everyone. And now I will get myself in position for the final showdown. Right at this T-shaped intersection, there's a shed that I like to park next to. Helps eliminate those that like to ram just before the final showdown right here. And you can see on the map this point that I like to leave from. This is Arena 9. The range of time to leave is 11 to 13 seconds. I will try leaving at 14 seconds, being in a less than level 10 speed acceleration rate vehicle. Go right between the level 8 Camaro and level 6 Porsche 959. I time my exit at 2 seconds. Not bad. And when the finish point appears, it is farther over to the north. And I like going farther off to the right here. This is a clear path. There is a road that has a bend in it, and just beyond that bend is an intersection. I want to get close to that intersection. There are a lot of trees and obstructions off on the left. Through the end of the greenhouse is fine. This is actually a very similar route that I would take from Arena 8. Now I will go over on the road that leads through the Cloverleaf. I actually could take a direct route at this point and go around the Cloverleaf Horizon street scene, but I decided to get on the road and gain some speed through here. And once I clear the trees and buildings north of Horizon street scene, I will angle over to the finish. If it was a closer final showdown where someone else was nearby, I definitely would have gone around Horizon street scene to the right there. But I will have a very easy, dominant win in the RJ Anderson Pro 2 truck. Yes! 2 wins on the day in this vehicle.
Horizon, please congratulate the Eliminator!
This wound up being the last game of the day for me, and I am just full sending it. And along the way, I go by this Nissan GTR that was kind of parked there. They started moving once they saw me full send it by them, and I had enough momentum going by them where I will be able to beat them. I keep looking back just out of curiosity to see if they are gaining on me. They are just ever so slightly, but they won't be able to catch me with the distance we have to the finish here. And normally the finish is in the left lane, and that's the case here. So I will take their Nissan GTR, and there were some skilled players in this game. One of them is in a Mercedes AMG 1, and they were just going around eliminating people. So I had to use caution not to put myself in harm's way, which I was successful at. I was not able to engage in any more head-to-head, so I will jump ahead where I am getting in position to attempt to influence the finish northwest. So you can see I'm right next to Horizon Street scene. I am going to go south of the Cloverleaf and angle north, and as I am getting in position, here's a vehicle going right over me, and we both honk, engage in a head-to-head. There isn't enough time to complete a head-to-head, and that is that skilled player I mentioned in the Mercedes AMG 1. So I'm just going to stay here.
Head-to-head's complete. Get ready for the final showdown!
You can see where I'm located on the map, and I will head north, and most likely the finish would go northwest. This is Arena 1 From that other point, I would leave it 22 to 25 seconds. I think this is about the same distance, so I will leave it 25 seconds. Alright, not bad. I exit at 1 second with speed, but more importantly, I have successfully influenced the finish. So I see the stadium. I will go wide right of the stadium. There are buildings that are very close to the stadium on this side, and then angle over to the left, avoiding those trees and buildings on the right. Just get in line of the finish. And at this point I can see it is on the side of the mountain. So there's a road configuration off on the left that's shaped like a vase. I know this road that goes along the top of the vase is a clear route over towards the mountain. So a small hill there on the right I avoid. Angle over towards the finish. Let's get up the mountain here over to this finish and try and have a clean run to the finish for win number 6 on the day. And the Nissan GTR successfully influenced the finish. All right, yeah.
Winner! Welcome to the Illuminati!
Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video along with all of my videos. And if you've been enjoying my content, subscribe please. Help me get to 1,000 subscribers. I really need your help.